Hey coaches, okay, so here is my tips on keeping track of who you are connecting with via social media on Facebook and Twitter. I personally have not gotten into Twitter yet. I know that's kind of horrible for me to say that. For some reason I just don't get it. I know there's a lot of coaches that are super active on Twitter and they've gotten a lot of coaches because of Twitter, and it just doesn't fit me. So if you're already using Twitter, definitely use it. Teach me something. I find Facebook works really well for me, and I'm starting to use YouTube as well. But for Facebook, because for many of you guys, I actually met you on Facebook, I want to share with you how I keep track of it and show you how it can be done. I met my coach through Facebook as well, so it's definitely a huge key and huge tool. So what I do is, as I find people either on Shalene's page or Tony's page or Physiques 57's page or Zumba's page or whatever I'm interested in, like genuinely interested in, so find whatever it is. I mean, if you love to do P90X and you love to knit, then find people that you have knitting connections with. They might be interested in working out also. So I'll send somebody a friend request, and I don't just send them a blank friend request. I always try to include something. Hey, I saw you on Shalene's page, and I saw your comment about how much you love TurboFire, and that you've seen some great results, and I've been using it as well, and which workout is your favorite, or something along those lines. Get them engaged and be genuine. Don't just send them a friend request and go, hey, have you thought about coaching? Because not everyone is actually, you might not really think that everyone that you add is going to be a coach right away anyway, so you want to start building that relationship anyway. So some people, yeah, they find out about it and they're like, wow, I wish I heard about this earlier. So what I do is I write their name just on a little piece of paper, just one of these tiny notebooks, so their name just goes right up here, the date, and I mark down a couple little things that I wrote, where I saw them, what I wrote them about. Maybe a lot of times I ask, hey, who's your fabulous Beachbody coach? Because they'll write back, oh, I don't have one, or it's so-and-so, and then that way I know, sort of go, oh, great, they've already connected with a coach. I'm not going to try to force them or steal them away unless we continue to build a relationship. Then I'll say, oh, well, have you connected with them? If you're interested in switching, you can switch to me, here's how, so on and so forth. If I feel like they are absolutely like, I want to talk to them about coaching as soon as possible, I just mark it with a little asterisk right up on top. And then that way I sort of know, okay, these are the people I see as leaders that are enthusiastic, they're already sharing it with people, they are posting pictures, their status updates are about working out and everything, they're practically already a coach. So what I do after I send them a friend request, I just write their name on. I leave them in this little folder, this little notebook, until they add me as a friend. So every couple days I have to go back through my folder to see if there's still some pages, back in my notebook, to see if there's still some people who haven't responded to my friend request. Sometimes they ignore me. If they ignore me, I write them down in actually my ignored notebook, because not everyone's going to want to be your friend. No, that one's not it. I got a couple of notebooks. I just write their name down so I know not to bother them again, or if I go, oh, I can't remember, I'll look back through my folders. Okay, so once let's say they accept your friend request and they send you a little message, then they get sort of filed into a couple different folders. And so I have 3 of these. This one is for my customers. These are for people that I have either been assigned to from Beachbody, or people that have switched to me, or my friends that are my customers as well. So they go into this folder, and I keep them all alphabetized by their first name, since that's the way I can find them best on Facebook, and I know everyone's first name before I know their last name. Those are my customers, any contact that I have with them. Then I have people that are just my friends, but not customers. So these are people that I'm continuing to invite. Hey, have you created a profile on Team Beachbody? Who's your coach? Are you interested in switching to them? So let's, I got a lot of them in here. So, yeah, here's one. I sent her a sample of Shakeology. She lives in St. Louis. I asked if she got my email on such and such a day, and I put the date next to them as well, so that so I look back, and sometimes my brain goes, shoot, did I email that person? I look back and I go, yeah, I emailed them on 7/11, so I'm not going to go back and email them on 7/12. They'll start thinking I'm insane and all the time. So this is my favorite folder. This is what I call possible coaches. So I want to keep the people that I sort of see as leaders really easy to get in touch with. So I can look through here. This isn't going to be as filled as my pink friends one, because there's not as many people that I'm like really saying, hey, this might be for you. Of course, everyone I want to share the opportunity with, but for some people I'm like, here's the video, here's here's my email. Yeah, so these people have little stars over their name, puts their date every time that we emailed, and then I just keep track of if I emailed them the video from our back office, the 5-minute video, and then the 25-minute video, if I emailed them the 2.5-page email that I have pre-written. Some people prefer email over videos. So that's sort of how I keep track of all that. And then sometimes people are going to sign up with other coaches, and then I just take their name out and move on. Next. It's not always going to work out. Sometimes they're going to write to you and say, you know what, I'm not interested at this time. I still keep their name in this possible coach. I write down they're not interested at this time, and then I'll follow up with them in 3 or 4 months. Maybe that timing will be better. So that's not the only thing that I have while I'm at work. The next thing I have, this is just sort of my general to-do list. So right up here it says Sunday to do, and it says that I have to mail samples to Holly, I have to touch bases, I have to email Beachbody about a question that I have to, I added so-and-so as a friend, but I didn't have my notebook next to me, so just people I needed to contact with, so I can easily mark that off. There's another way that you can do this through a notebook, and we were taught this from Larry Zimberg, or not a notebook, a index card box, but he does it more by dates, not by people. I work better. I tried the index card box and that didn't work for me. And the idea behind that was, instead of having 26 letters, you have 31 days. So when you add somebody as a friend, you put you make their little sheet of paper or whatever, their little business card, and then you put in a date so that you know to follow up with them 2 days from now. The reason why that doesn't work for me is because, let's say I add Amanda as a friend or whatever, and and I put down in the date box, follow up with her on the 5th, and today's the 1st, but then she emails me on the 3rd and says, hey, I'm really excited, I want to do this, and I go, great. So I email her back, but now I'm like, well, which day was I supposed to email her, and I don't know where she is. So I kind of work by people here, by date on my to-do list, just to keep track. So if I know that the last time I told Samantha that I was going to follow up with her in 2 days, then I can just put that on my to-do list for 2 days from now and follow up with her then. So it's really important to stay organized. There is some other tools. I do have an email that I can send you with a document that another coach uses for her follow-up tools. So find what works for you, share it with me so that I can pass it down the line, because we all work differently. So let me know what works for you and we'll take it from there. I hope that made sense. It really is about making relationships. So for some people, it's going to go really fast. Some people, they've added me as a friend, and I've said, hey, what are you up to? And they're like, I'm using P90X and Insanity, and I'm interested in Shakeology. And I said, well, you know, you can save 25% as a coach, and you could have the possibility to make money. Have you heard of that? And I send them the video, and the next thing you know, they've signed up. Other people I continue to talk to for a month to 2 months while they figure out their finances, or they deal with their schedules, or so on and so forth. So just be nice to them. Say hello. Not every email has to be about, oh, did you check this out? Did you read this? Did you see this? And you should sign up now, and blah, blah, blah. It can be like, hey, I saw your status update on the chicken that you cooked last night. What was the recipe for it? I liked your picture that I saw. Like, be a friend to them. So, because that's really what this business is about. It's about building relationships, getting to know people, what it is that works for them, what they need, what they want. Hope that makes sense. I think that's about it for now. I'll try to make a few more of these videos as to help you continue to grow your business, and never hesitate to contact me. All right, thanks. Have a good one.